but I am going to take people who are in the hot seat, and I believe that stress aging is a killer. We have to take a look at that. And Mr. Milley, my suggestion to you is to go on Amazon, get some skin water, do the skin water challenge, and shut that inflammation down. My name is Vivian and welcome to Skincare My Way, and today I am going to start a new series, and my new series is going to be called Who's in the Hot Seat? What does that mean? Well, I believe that stress aging has a greater impact on the overall health of the body than the sun. All the experts say the number one factor of aging is the sun, and I say no, it's stress. And I'm going to show you that the overall health of the body can change in 24 hours based on the enormous amount of stress that some people are under. Say, for instance, remember Harvey Weinstein? Do you remember those photographs that we saw like 6 months before he went into court and then he was found guilty of rape? You saw him change completely the structure of his face. And also Jeffrey Epstein, when he was finally convicted of his sex crimes and put into jail, the amount of stress he was under had a huge impact on the overall health of his skin and probably his body. Just the enormous amount of stress. And we also saw that with Bill Cosby. It's just like one day they'll look like they're an older gentleman, and then the next day they'll look like they're really old men, really old men. But today I want to take a look at Mr. Mark Milley. Who is Mark Milley? Mark Milley is for sure in the hot seat today. And General Mark Milley is a general. He is part of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, which is, he is one of the executives that govern our military. And Mr. Mark Milley served in the Trump administration. He actually served in the Obama administration, the Trump administration, and now he is in the Biden administration. When I did my research on Mr. Mark Milley, I took a look at, I just went back to really 2019. And, well, I went back further because I did want to see his very young photographs to see where he went. But when he was in the Trump administration, I want you to look at these photos. He just really aged normally. There wasn't anything out of control. You can see the shape of his face was very, normal. He had somewhat a neck. It wasn't real swollen. He really looked like he was just aging right on schedule, nothing out of the ordinary. And almost at the end of the Trump administration, he started aging. What I call, he was in an accelerated aging process. So what I want to do is I want to look at him during the Trump administration. So we took June 2020. So we are going to really look at 2020, and then we're going to go to 2021 where he is now. And then I am going to talk about what is happening to the executives in the Biden administration as far as their aging goes. And is it really worth it? The amount of stress that these people are under to see this accelerated form of aging, and actually what is happening under the skin and to the body. Let me tell you, Mr. Mark Milley looks like he is going to flip his lid. Okay, so here we go. So let's look at him in 2020. I have this picture of him, and some of these pictures are kind of fuzzy because they do use a lot of filters and stuff in these cameras that they take these photos from, but I just want to really focus on the shape of his face and his neck. And also you can look at the bags under his eyes. He doesn't have bags yet in these photos. He has the tear trough. I actually have a tear trough. I have gotten rid of all the bags under my eyes. I am so happy about that. In these photos too, during the Trump administration, you could also see his upper lids. And, but the shape of his face looked really nice. So we're gonna take a look at this photo and this one, which is really clear. And I really wanna make some points out on his face right here, because I'm gonna show you what is gonna happen and how I dissect his face. Okay, Mr. Milley on the left side of his face has 3 pockets. There's one right here by his labial fold. Actually, he's got 4 pockets. He's got a little round circle that you're gonna see later on. He's got a little round circle right here by the side of his, left side of his face, right down here. And then he's got his labial fold here. He's got a pocket that's really independent right here. He's got an independent pocket by his eye, and then one that goes down like this. So in the next photo that I'm going to show you, you are going to see all 3 pockets that sit on the side of his face very specifically, very independent of each other. And then here you can see the tear trough. He's got a tear trough, but you can still see his upper lids. And you know, his face just looks like a normal shape. He is 63 years old. And you can also see on the right side of his face, he's got in this area an indent. Almost maybe he had a dimple when he was younger. I don't know, but there is an indent right here. And there is also a pocket right here. Okay, so really, I mean, these static wrinkles on his forehead are going to be there throughout what is happening to him now. But one of the things that I do want to point out, and this is the one thing that I don't know, maybe I would be concerned about it, I don't know, but he has a vein right here in his eye. And the vein goes like this. You can kind of see it go up a little bit, but you're going to see this vein really stick out as he was in these Afghanistan hearings, and they were making him look really bad. He was probably so stressed during those hearings. But anyway, here's a really nice picture of Mark Milley. Again, normal shape of his face. You can see this pocket right here. You can't really see how these two are compartmentalized, but in another photo I will show you these. You know, his neck is normal. It looks thin. You know, he looks thin, like he's got a thin face here. But then we're gonna go on. Okay, so here, I'm gonna take you to 9/28. Because just in 24 hours, I saw some signs of aging that just can happen overnight, and I want to explain them to you. Okay, so Mr. Mark Milley, let's go back to that eye. Okay, you can see that his eyes are filling up with fluid. They've been filling up with fluid all through the Biden administration. We are seeing Mark Milley more with these bags that just become engorged with fluid. Okay, so, and I don't believe this is fat. I don't know. They say that these bags are either fluid or fat or whatever, but I think it's, sure, to me, in my experience, this looks like an inflammation problem. But anyway, you can also see this vein sticking out right here, and absolutely no eyelids. His whole forehead is falling down. He has this wrinkle now here that is materialized within the last year. He did not have this wrinkle in the Trump administration right here. He also has, watch this bag right here, this fluid pocket right here, and this area. Also, what I want you to focus on is He now no longer has a thin looking face. If you look at the way this pocket hangs on his jacket right here, okay, and on the 28th, on the 29th, it's going to hang over even more. So he's filling up with inflammation, not only on the entire face, but also in the back of his neck. And here's that indent that we're going to see more of. So now let's look at the 29th. Okay, so now I'm going to go back to that picture that I had before we go to the 29th, where you can actually see the 3 pockets. Okay, so here is a photo, really cool, that I saw, that I found of Mark Milley. And you can see the pocket right here, the big pocket that's going to fill up. And here's the pocket by his cheek, and then he's got the other one right here by his jaw. And what is going to happen on the 29th, this whole area is going to fill up with fluid, and you aren't going to see any of these pockets. It's going to become one. And in this picture, you can also see his eyelids. Okay, he doesn't have that sunken look. So here we go. Okay, here is a close-up. I love this. And when I saw this picture, I told my husband, wow, this is what the Biden administration did for Mark Milley. Wow. I mean, it could be, you know, the incredible decisions he had to make, the stress he was under, maybe some chaos going on. Who knows what's going on? But in this picture, you can see that vein in his eye coming around and going straight down into that bag. So I'm going to be watching this vein right here, because when it is popping out, you can really see what kind of stress this man is under. And you can also see there is now no lid on his eyes. It's just his brow goes right onto his eyes. And you can see that indent right there. But anyway, let's go and look at the 29th. Let me take you back here. Oh, I love this photo. Okay, so this is the photo I want to compare with the 28th. And in this photo, you can see how large this one pocket has got right here, and how much more this jaw area is laying on his suit right here. This is only really one day overnight that Mr. Milley has become, there's more inflammation that is setting in his face. You can also see, you know, something is materializing up here on his forehead, on the left side. You can also see some veins that are going to start sticking out right here as he becomes older with stressful situations. He's not really going to be able to, these things are just amplifying, and they're just becoming more superficial. You know, I think what we're going to do, and what I have seen, because we have looked at quite a few of the executives in the Biden administration and seeing what kind of pressure they're under. And you have to ask, Mr. Mark Milley did not experience this kind of stress in the Trump administration, because we would have seen it on his face, but he doesn't carry that now. He just looks like he is carrying the weight of the world on his shoulders. And I'm sure, I would say, I mean that literally, he is. And he is getting crucified in those hearings, and he has to answer to all that. So it's really unfortunate, but I do see that people in the Biden administration are under an enormous amount of pressure. And the next person I am going to be looking at is Miss Jen Psaki, because she is really aging, and I'll show you what I mean. Well, that's it for today. but I am going to take people who are in the hot seat, and I believe that stress aging is a killer. We have to take a look at that. And Mr. Milley, my suggestion to you is to go on Amazon, get some skin water, do the skin water challenge, and shut that inflammation down. I will talk to you soon. Bye for now. My name is Vivian, and I'll see you soon. Bye. What do you think, hon?
Beautiful.
Was that beautiful?
You're making it sound so easy now.
I know.